Time is a construct, who built the system, and who profits from it. By now you understand that your brain doesn't perceive time as a fixed, measurable flow. You don't live by seconds and minutes. You live by experience, memory, and emotion. That's brain time. But there's another layer of this equation that most people never question, and it's this. What if the time you live by isn't just personally distorted, but systemically engineered? Most people assume that the way we measure time, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 12 months in a year, is natural or scientific. But that's not the case. These are constructs, human-designed frameworks. They were created, and they were created with purpose. Time, as it governs your daily schedule, isn't neutral. It's a tool of structure and power. Understanding how it was built, by whom, and for what reason, allows you to finally see that what you think of as reality is in fact a social agreement, one that shapes how you behave, how you think, and how you value yourself. Let's begin by defining what a construct is, and then walk through how time was designed and standardized, not for your benefit, but for systemic control. What is a construct? A construct is a mental model, an idea or system that is not directly observable in the natural world, but is created to help us organize our experience of it. Constructs are not discovered, they're invented. Examples of constructs include money, paper and digital numbers that only have value because we agree they do. Nations, divisions of land with imaginary borders that are upheld by documents, flags, and military force. Social roles, concepts like boss, citizen, or employee that don't exist in nature but govern how we act within society. Time, at least in the form of hours, minutes, days, and weeks, is exactly the same. It's a collective fiction that we treat as fact. It is no less artificial than currency or calendar years. Organic time versus constructed time. Before the invention of mechanical systems, humans lived by organic time. This was a lived, sensory-based rhythm that followed the natural world. People rose with the sun, slept after sunset, planted by the seasons, and harvested based on signs from nature. Cycles were guided by the moon, the stars, menstruation, gestation, animal migrations, weather patterns, and environmental signals. This version of time wasn't divided into precise units. It was experiential. It flowed, expanded, and contracted depending on what life required. Then came constructed time, a system imposed from outside the body and outside the environment. Constructed time is mathematical, segmented, and universally enforced. It doesn't follow the moon, it follows the clock. It's not grounded in natural variation, it's grounded in uniformity. This transition was not accidental, it was engineered. Who created constructed time? To understand the timeline of constructed time, we need to look at 3 major points in history: the invention of calendars, the rise of mechanical clocks, and the industrial standardization of time zones. 1. The calendar. Time as religious and political order. The earliest calendars were not designed just to track seasons or holidays. They were instruments of religious and state authority. Take the Gregorian calendar, which most of the world uses today. It was introduced by Pope Gregory III in 1582, not because the universe demanded it, but because the Roman Catholic Church wanted a more accurate method of calculating Easter. The prior Julian calendar had drifted slightly from the solar year, and the Church wanted to realign the holiday with the spring equinox. So the calendar we now live by globally, January through December, with leap years every 4 years, was created to serve religious tradition, not scientific truth. Even the names of the months reveal their political nature. July was named after Julius Caesar. August was named after Augustus Caesar. And the 7-day week? It's not based on astronomy. It's a blend of Babylonian, Jewish, and Roman religious systems, reflecting 7 celestial bodies visible to the naked eye: Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. No natural law required 7 days. It was a symbolic decision. So from the beginning, calendars were tools of cultural cohesion, theological symbolism, and imperial control, not universal truths. 2. Mechanical clocks. Time as discipline. The invention of mechanical clocks accelerated the move away from organic time into controlled, measured time. The earliest mechanical clocks were built in monasteries during the Middle Ages. Monks used them to schedule prayer intervals, which needed to be precisely spaced out across the day and night. This marked one of the first times human activity was divided by machine-regulated segments instead of natural cues. Over time, this monastic structure spread to cities, where clock towers began to regulate the activities of workers, markets, and civic events. People no longer woke with the sun or ate when hungry. They obeyed bells. With the Industrial Revolution, the role of time changed completely. It was no longer a spiritual framework. It became a productivity metric. Workers were paid by the hour, factories ran on shifts, punctuality became a moral virtue, and lateness became associated with laziness, failure, and moral weakness. By the late 1800s, entire cities were being redesigned to operate according to standardized clock time, not seasonal variation or communal consensus. This was not done for human well-being. It was done for profit and efficiency. 3. Time zones. Global control of the clock. Before 1884, most towns and cities had their own local time. Noon in one city might be slightly different than noon in another, based on when the sun was directly overhead. But this made railway systems, shipping, and international commerce difficult to coordinate. So in 1884, the International Meridian Conference established standardized global time zones, anchored to the prime meridian in Greenwich, England. This marked the birth of global clock time, a system of control designed not by nature, but by international agreement. It had to be agreed upon, because no natural law says London's noon is more real than yours. Even today, time zones are adjusted, changed, or ignored for political reasons. China spans 5 natural time zones, but the entire country follows Beijing time. Daylight saving time moves the clocks forward or back, not based on the sun, but based on government decision. India, Nepal, and parts of Australia use time zone offsets of 30 or 45 minutes, which makes no astronomical sense at all. This proves that time zones are political, not natural. They are agreements, not discoveries. Who benefits from constructed time? Now that we've established that time was created, the next question is, who gains from this construction? The answer: institutions that rely on predictability, control, and synchronization. Governments use time structures to regulate schools, military systems, elections, taxes, and civil life. Corporations use time to measure labor, enforce deadlines, and drive output. Every hour worked is a data unit in their profit equation. Technologies require time standards to sync digital systems, bank transfers, satellites, cloud servers, and social media platforms. Global financial markets operate in microseconds, regulated by atomic clocks that sync every exchange. And at the core of all of it is your obedience to the system. You wake up to an alarm. You show up at 9. You finish at 5. You work harder if a timer is running. You eat lunch at noon, not when you're hungry. You feel guilt when behind schedule, even if the schedule itself is arbitrary. You don't just follow time. You're conditioned by it. You aren't just tracking time. Time is tracking you. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Manifestation series, where we don't just talk about manifesting, we master it. Because let's be honest, manifestation has been watered down, reduced to vague quotes, mood boards, and empty promises. But you didn't come here to wish. You came here to build a reality that hits different. A reality that responds to your frequency, your language, your alignment, and your decision to stop playing small. This series is not fluff. It's physics, frequency, and fierce creative power. Inside the Manifestation series, you're going to learn how to collapse timelines, shift identities, and speak worlds into existence, just like the greatest minds in history. This isn't just about being positive. This is about being powerful. Here's what you unlock inside. Vision to Reality, the Vision Board course. You've heard about vision boards, but you've never done them like this. This is a full energetic ritual, a precision-coded map for your subconscious, designed to bridge image, frequency, and strategy. It's not arts and crafts. It's blueprinting your future in visual form and turning it into matter. Time, quantum timelines, and why time isn't real. Manifestation doesn't take time. It takes alignment. In this module, I'll show you how time is just a mirror of energy and how to collapse timelines using choice, clarity, and vibration. Past, present, future, they're happening now. And when you know how to navigate time quantum style, you stop waiting and start receiving. Quantum jumping, instantly up level. Your next level life isn't years away. It's one decision away. In this training, you'll learn how to quantum jump, how to shift into a version of you that already has what you desire. This isn't fantasy. It's how high-performance creators, athletes, and spiritual masters leap beyond limits. Jump now. Land in power. Every word. The power of affirmations and spoken language. Words build worlds. In this course, I show you how to use affirmations like spell work, not just repeating empty mantras, but speaking with vibration, intention, and spiritual force. If you've ever felt like affirmations don't work, this will change everything. You'll learn to command your field, not just request from it. The greats, learning from the most exceptional minds in history. We're not the first to master this. In this legendary module, we decode the techniques, habits, and quantum genius of the world's most powerful manifestors, from ancient sages to modern icons. You'll learn how to think like the greats, move like the greats, and manifest like the greats. This isn't another feel-good series. This is a spiritual weapon, disguised as a manifestation course. It's made for leaders, cycle breakers, visionaries, and soul builders. You don't need another wish list. You need a system that teaches you how to bend reality. This is that system. So if you're ready to stop playing with potential and start creating results, welcome to your next level. The Manifestation series is open now. You know what to do. Let's build what they said was impossible and make it inevitable.